Emotional maturity is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. It doesn't just help you navigate your personal relationships, but also allows you to handle life challenges with wisdom and resilience. While emotional maturity isn't something we are born with, it can be cultivated through self-awareness, discipline, and intentional efforts. So this video is going to guide you through what emotional maturity is, why it matters, and practical steps to achieve it. So let's start with what is emotional maturity. Emotional maturity refers to the ability to manage your emotions, how you respond to life challenges, and how you maintain relationship with others around you. It involves understanding your feelings, empathizing with others, and taking responsibility for your actions. Emotional maturity is not about suppressing your emotions, but about learning to express them appropriately and constructively. A mature person doesn't blame others for their problems, or neither do they let their emotions control their decision. Instead, they approach situations calmly and they seek solutions, and also they take accountability for their behavior. Now, why does emotional maturity matter? Number one, it improves relationship. Emotionally matured people communicate effectively, so they resolve conflicts peacefully and they also show empathy to others. And these traits leads to stronger and healthier relationships, whether with their family, friends, and even with co-workers. And again, it helps them make better decisions. So instead of reacting impulsively, mature individuals analyze situations rationally. They consider the long-term effects of their choices and they make wiser decisions. And again, it gives them this resilience to stress. Life is full of challenges, but emotional maturity helps you to handle setback with grace and perseverance. And again, there is personal growth. Emotional maturity fosters self-awareness, helping you identify areas you need to improve and grow as a person. Now, let's move over to steps to develop emotional maturity. The first step is actually recognizing your emotions. So, the first step to emotional maturity is understanding your feelings. Most people experience a wide range of emotions daily, but not everyone takes time to identify or understand these emotions. So, here is a tip: practice what we call mindfulness. This mindfulness will help you tune into your emotions. So when you feel upset, instead of reacting immediately, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why am I feeling this way? For example, let's say you feel angry for receiving criticism at work. Reflect on whether it is because you are hurt or you are embarrassed or because you are worried about failing in work. So you have to understand why you are angry after receiving that criticism, because understanding the root of your feeling is actually essential in managing them. So number two, take responsibility for your actions. Emotionally mature people often blame others for their problems, or most times they act as victims. So you don't want to be an emotionally immature person and always blame others for your problems or always playing the victim card. Maturity comes with owning your own mistakes and learning from them actually, and again taking steps to improve on that. So the next one is practice emotional regulation. Reacting impulsively to strong emotions can lead to regrets and damaged relationships. So emotional regulation helps you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting out of frustration and anger. So here are strategies to practice emotional regulation. Number one, you have to pause before reacting. Take a deep breath or count from 10 before you respond at a particular situation. Number two, find healthy outlets. Channel your negative emotions into activities you like. Let's say, for example, journaling, exercising, or meditation. And again, reframe negative thoughts. Shift your perspective. Instead of thinking, this is going to be a disaster, ask yourself, what can I learn from this particular situation? Now let's move over to the next one, which is cultivate empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is actually a cornerstone to emotional maturity because it strengthens your relationship and fosters compassion with other people. So how do you practice empathy? First of all, you have to listen without judging or interrupting the person. And again, you have to put yourself in the person's shoes. Ask yourself, how will I feel if I was in this position? And again, validate their feelings even if you don't agree with their perspective. Now, let's move over to the next one, which is number 5. Develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize your thoughts, your emotions, and behaviors. It is key to identifying patterns that hinder your emotional growth. So, here are some tips to develop your self-awareness. Try reflecting daily. Spend a minute or two at the end of each day. Now, think about your interactions that day and how you handled them. And again, seek feedback from your friends or trusted mentors. Tell them to give you feedback on your emotional responses. And again, identify what triggers your emotions. You notice those situations and people that provoke your emotions or provoke those strong emotions, and learn how to manage them and avoid those people and situations. Number 6, let go of grudges. Now, this is a very important one because holding on to grudges keeps you emotionally stuck or drains your energy. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean you are excusing the bad behavior from the person, but it is actually a way of freeing yourself from the burden of that negativity the person brought your way. So, these are steps to forgive someone. You have to acknowledge your feelings. Yeah, it is okay to be hurt that someone did something bad to you, but you don't have to dwell in it forever. And again, you have to focus on the lesson. Now, ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? What did I learn from this bad experience from this person? And then you forgive the person and you move on with your life. And another thing, you have to choose to move on. It is important. Choose to move on from whatever happened and choose forgiveness and peace. But then don't forget the bad behavior. Number 7, set healthy boundaries. Emotionally mature people understand the importance of boundaries. They protect your energy and they ensure respectful interactions with other people. So, how do you set your boundaries? Number 1, you have to be clear and assertive. You have to politely communicate your limits without any guilt or aggression. And again, you have to say no when it is needed. And again, you have to stick to your boundaries. Now, this is very important because when you stick to your boundaries, it shows that you have this pure respect for yourself. Now, let's move over to number 8, which is accept that you are imperfect. Because nobody is perfect and we are all striving for perfection. And this strive for perfection often leads to frustration and self-criticism. So, emotional maturity involves embracing imperfection in yourself and then in others. And then, number 9, practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right in your life. So it promotes a positive mindset and it will help you appreciate other people, therefore giving you a better attitude and a good control over your emotion. Then finally, number 10, you have to seek help when it is needed. Emotional maturity doesn't mean you have to handle everything on your own, maybe because you're already matured. Sometimes you have to seek guidance from maybe a therapist, counselor, a trusted mentor, or sometimes even from a trusted friend. And it is one of the most mature steps to take. Because if you remember, if you have seen this movie, The Boy, the Fox, and I can't remember, there was a time he asked the fox, "What is the most courageous thing you have said?" And the fox said, "Help." So actually, when you're asking for help, it's not a bad thing, but actually a courageous thing. It takes courage to ask for help, and it is a good thing to ask for help. So when you are stuck in a particular situation that you don't know how to do or the next step to take, just look for someone, maybe a therapist or a counselor, and ask them for help. Or maybe even a trusted friend that you know can help you. Ask them for help and they'll be thrilled to help you. So, in conclusion, becoming emotionally mature is a journey and not a destination. It requires patience, practice, and a commitment to self growth. So, by recognizing your emotion and taking responsibility for your actions, and also cultivating empathy and self awareness, you can navigate life with resilience and grace. And remember, emotional maturity doesn't mean you will never feel upset or overwhelmed. It means you will have the tools to handle those moments constructively, making you stronger, wiser, and more at peace with yourself. So start small and stay consistent, and watch yourself grow into an emotionally matured person as you aspire to be. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.